shout out to Logitech for sponsoring this video. Do you have the new 10th gen iPad in that camera bag of yours? Well, you need to check out some of the new Logitech accessories. They have new keyboard cases which look so great and are so functional, as well as a new Logitech crayon. If you want to step up your iPad setup, you can check out the links in the description below, but more on Logitech later. You guys know I love my FX6 and FX3 for shooting in the studio and bigger productions. However, when I'm traveling, I don't always travel with the FX6 and I go with a more smaller setup. So that's what we're talking about today. What is in my small-ish camera bag?
What's up everyone, Sara Dietschy rhymes with Peachy here, and we haven't talked gear in a while. We haven't just dorked out. And so I'm actually gonna be on my way to NAB very soon as you're watching this video. And so I thought I would share what's in my camera bag, but also share about this actual camera bag, because I've been using all of the great bags that everyone's been using. The Peak Design bag, the Peter McKinnon bag. I have worn down those bags. Those two have done me well, but I thought it was time for a change. And also I wanted to find a camera bag that fits a lot of stuff, but is also smaller than your typical camera bag. A lot of the camera bags are just too big for me. It's too much. My back can't handle it. So this is the Timba Axis version 2, 20 liters. So this has been a popular bag, but I saw that they had a new version and I was like, this 20 liter size. Now, granted, this is like packed up to the brim, but this size is actually perfect for me. Let's do a full body shot here. Ooh. So not only does this bag feel great, it also just looks normal on my back. You guys should see me rolling through the airport with a big Peter McKinnon backpack. I kind of look like a child. I'll still use that when I have to bring like all of my camera gear, but this guy has been the perfect happy medium for all the conferences I've been going to, South by, Camera Camp, and now NAB. So this bag is still fresh. I've only been using it for 3 months. We'll get into the bag more, but you're probably here for the good stuff. What is in the inside? And guys, we haven't done this in so long. I have actually updated a ton of my gear because I sold almost all of my gear that is not Sony. I was like, I'm kind of done being in the middle ground with Blackmagic and Panasonic and Lumix and Sony. The past couple years, I've just gotten on the flow with Sony cameras and they're checking the boxes I need. Not only the camera bodies, which I've definitely invested in, but I was kind of behind on lenses. I was still using all of my old lenses. Look at this poor Zeiss 16-35 f4. This guy is so banged up. It's seen some shoots. So we're starting off with a Rode Video Mic Pro. Guys, this is a classic. I've tried so many smaller mics, but still to this day, this is the best shotgun mic. It gives you the best audio. And you know, I'm talking up Sony, but one thing that I wouldn't recommend from Sony is their tiny hot shoe mic. This guy. I've tried to make it sound good, but it's very like hissy and tinny. Of course, there are a lot of settings and stuff, so maybe I just haven't gotten the right settings. Of course, this is super small, and the fact that it's cableless, because you connect your Sony camera via the hot shoe, so you don't have to plug in a cable, which is amazing. I wanted this to work, but I just don't like the way it sounds. Hey, let's stay on the audio train and keep complaining, I guess, because I have also fallen out of love with the Rode Go wireless lavs. Oh my gosh. They just started not only crapping out on me, but having some connection issues, and then I just couldn't get them to sound good. So I went with everyone's favorite lav mics, the DJI wireless lav system, and they have this AirPod-like case that when you stick them in there, they charge. And then you see the lights on the outside that tell you how much charge the case has left. And then I also bring along a little pouch of the cable that I need to connect it to my Sony camera, and also an actual lav that I can plug in to the transceiver, because, you know, in a pinch, it is great that you can clip these mics on and you can just speak like that, or there's a magnet, so it'll be less intrusive. and you can do that. But I'm not the biggest fan of that look, you know, so I try to love it up when I can. Logitech MX Anywhere 2S mouse. This is my all-time favorite mouse. The newer versions do have a USB-C connection instead of a micro USB, but I have stuck with this guy because it has horizontal scroll, so vertical scroll, but if you go like this, you have that horizontal scroll, which is really great when you're in a timeline editing, and you could horizontally scroll in DaVinci Resolve or Premiere, wherever you use. It has buttons on the side, and as you can tell, man, this mouse has like seen some stuff. This mouse is probably going on year 5 or 6, so obviously it's a little worn, but it's held up really great, and still to this day, my favorite portable mouse. Also, Logitech is sponsoring this video with their new really awesome Slim Folio Pro iPad case for iPad Pro and iPad 10th generation, the normal iPads. And then they also just released the new Crayon, which is a really great, more affordable price point alternative to the Apple Pencil, which we'll get to in a minute. But hey, thanks Logitech for sponsoring this video. Okay, what other goodies do we have in here in case it rains? I can throw this over my bag. You know, I wouldn't bring it because I'm going to Las Vegas. However, wherever I go, I tend to bring the rain with me. So I'm actually gonna keep this in here. Oh, we can't forget this exciting thing. So I got this for my Rode Go wireless lavs, or whatever the heck they're called. And it actually works out really well with the DJI mics as well. So basically what you do, you just slide on the transceiver like this. And you know, there's a mic on the transceiver, and then you got the windshield. Okay, hey, and now we have a mic lav wireless microphone setup, and I look like an official producer. Hey Rupert, how do you think this video is going so far?
It's going great. Great job.
It's going great. So I'm gonna be on the NAB floor just interviewing all the people. And hey, if you're a beginner and you're like, hey, what's the difference between a shotgun mic and a lav system, like what I'm using now? Well, if we go up here, this is a shotgun mic. This is the audio you've been hearing so far. I stay seated and that's what you hear. It makes sense, right? It's great quality audio. But the moment I move away from that, that's not gonna do much good for me. So a lav system allows you to just be mobile and walking around and doing your thing. I feel like I wanna like go do stuff, go interview, go do some man on the streets, man. Yeah, because that's exactly what the internet needs, is more people doing man on the streets content on TikTok, right? Camera number 1, the tried and true Sony a7S III, where it all started, really, the a7S II, right? You might be saying like, Sarah, why bring the a7S III? Why not the FX3? You got FX3s. I would pick the a7S III over the FX3 for run and gun shooting any day. Number 1, the EVF, to be able to see perfectly what you're shooting in a really sunny day comes in handy. Number 2, the physical dial. I love me a physical dial to switch modes. It's way quicker than pressing the mode button and then scrolling around. Call me old fashioned, but I love an exposure wheel also, where you just see 0 plus, you know, 0.3, 0.7, 1. And number 3, I'm just most comfortable and the quickest with this form factor. It's what I'm used to. I got all the custom buttons laid out and stuff. Of course, I have that on the FX3 as well, but I'm just quicker with this. And again, if I need to snap a picture, it's just the FX3 takes pictures, but you know, I don't want to be looking like this Love is Blind photographer doing a photo shoot with an FX3. Get out of here. But what is that beautiful lens that you have on it? Oh, well, it is the new 24-70 G Master Mark II. I am obsessed with this lens. I love it so much. It is gorgeous. The difference between Gen 1 and Gen 2 is honestly night and day. The color reproduction, the sharpness, the everything, and the fact that it's so much smaller as well makes it so much easier to just keep it on this camera. It still is a hunk of glass, but it is nowhere near the size or weight of Gen 1. I love that these new lenses have the aperture rings. We're only halfway done, which is insane, okay? So grab a cup of tea, grab some popcorn, because we're not stopping. But let's just skip ahead to the front of the bag, because Logitech, thank you so much for sponsoring this video, because at the front is what I always have. My iPad somewhere close when I'm on the plane flying, and this is my all-time favorite case. This is the Logitech Combo Touch. This is really great for the people like me who enjoy doing note-taking, but also want to use their iPad as like a proper laptop. When doing work in documents or even video editing, now that we have DaVinci Resolve on the iPad, it is really great to have this beautiful big trackpad. It truly feels like it's being turned into a laptop. But what makes this unique is you can remove the keyboard. We have the smart connector right there that makes it really easy to just reattach, and you can, boom, go into view mode, watch some content, but also go into sketch mode. I'm gonna grab the new Logitech crayon here that connects with all of the latest iPads. We have literature and instructions. Only takes 70 minutes for a full charge, and you actually get 30 minutes of use with only 2 minutes of charge. And this is my favorite part. Look at this. It has a USB-C at the end of it, so all you need is a USB-C cable to charge. Recently, I was explaining to my cousin who got a new iPad how to charge their Apple Pencil when they just got the new iPad 10th gen. And I had to explain to her, well, you need this dongle and you need the cable that you use for the iPhone. Well, actually, wait, USB-C. It was too much. It really was too much. So this simplifies it, and it also comes in at a more affordable price. And check this out. It has a nice physical switch that you flip on there, and it automatically connects to your iPad. You don't have to go into the Bluetooth settings and mess around with that. It just automatically connects, and boom, you're off to the races. It feels really great. The travel is super natural, and I love this kind of carpenter's pencil shape. It gives an opportunity for me to show off my collection of carpenter's pencils, which I got into recently. I was just hanging up this shelf, and I had this pencil that I would set down on the shelf, and it would just roll off. And I go, I wonder if they sell flat pencils. And silly old me discovered that it's a thing. They have a ruler on the other side. And the orange That Creative Life mug. Okay, let's bring it back to Logitech for 1 second. I love it. I am team flat pencil. But hey, that's not all. The Combo Touch is just my favorite. They also just released a brand new version of the Slim Folio Pro. Very nice material. And I don't know how Logitech does it, but it's much harder to see fingerprints on their cases than, you know, the other guys. This Slim Folio Pro provides so much great protection around the edges, really everywhere. Look at that. You could chuck this in any bag, backpack, just carry it, and you are good to go. You can stick the crayon right here, and the magnet keeps it shut, keeps it secure. It magnetizes on the back, so you don't have this flopping around everywhere. Boom, automatically connects to the keyboard. Again, you don't have to fiddle around in the Bluetooth settings, and you're gonna get a really, really nice keyboard with this. And another great part is, look up here, you have a full function row with volume, key backlight. You also have a USB-C port that will charge your iPad. When you bring it down to this angle, it is also a pretty good angle to do some sketching, do some note-taking. So if you wanna check out the new Slim Folio Pro, or the Combo Touch, or the new Logitech Crayon, you can check out the link in the description below. Thank you so much, Logitech, for sponsoring this video. I'm obviously a huge fan of their products. And back to the bag. Depending on what vibe I'm going for, if I'm like working hard on the airplane, or if I'm just watching a bunch of Netflix and maybe clearing out some of my to-dos, that'll depend whether I'm bringing my iPad in the backpack or my 14-inch MacBook Pro, a spec'd out M1 Pro, 4 terabytes of SSD, and the higher CPU, GPU core count. I'm realizing that there's so many scratches and things. I use my tools, okay? So don't judge that they're beaten up. I also brought my new carry-on with me because I've been rocking the away carry-ons for so long. So the reason why I got this carry-on, I think it's like Monos or something, I don't know, I just Googled and found it, is it has this nice front pocket where I can keep my keys, a book, maybe a notebook, but it has this compartment where I can keep either my iPad or MacBook, and it still has the hard exterior shell, so I'm not nervous about it getting banged up in there. But if I'm getting on the plane and I just need to grab my MacBook real quick, this is much easier just grabbing it from the front than having to open up the entire carry-on luggage. So that's why I'm a big fan of just, I mean, I guess not specifically this brand, but just carry-ons with front pockets. The combo with that carry-on and this camera bag allows me to bring my full tech setup, but still have room for clothes, and I don't have to bring a full luggage if I'm only going somewhere for 2 to 3 days like NAB. Gosh, I mean, you guys are probably just exhausted by now, and we're going back in. Are you ready? Can't leave the house without an aperture MC. We have the diffuser in the front, but this is just so clutch. It's RGB, but if we throw it over into CCT, let's go to like 5600. That's low brightness all the way up to 100. It just provides really great light. Having just a small pop of like key light on your face when you're either in a dark, dingy hotel room or a showroom floor actually goes a super long way, and you really only need one. And I saw that they released new MC Pros, which are super cool. I gotta get my hands on those because these are just my favorite. We got a MacBook charger. I charge my MacBook just with USB-C, not the MagSafe, because when I'm traveling, a lot of my accessories, like everything, charges via USB-C. So that makes this charger way more flexible. And in reality, if I had my MagSafe, it would just be a MagSafe charger. This is so important. If there's dust on your sensor, you hold the camera upside down, you give it a little bloop bloop. We got a variable ND filter, a Cine Bloom filter, because you know, I'm going to Vegas. If I want that vibe, then we're gonna get the vibe with the Cine Bloom. Got a 2 terabyte Crucial SSD, just in case. I have 4 terabytes on my MacBook, but I do fill that up quite a bit. Another comment about this bag that I liked, there is really great cushioning on the back. My back loves that. And because the laptop is in the front, it's easier on your back. Sometimes when the laptop is in the back, it just really hurts because, you know, it's just a solid laptop that's on your back instead of the cushion. I love this top compartment so much. Usually I have the things that I just need really quickly in the airport. So we got the AirPods Pros with the Stay Peachy case on it. We have a Moment leather wallet. I've used this for years. I love this back compartment. I literally keep CarMaxes on tap. And then we got airport stuff, and I even got stamps. Your girl is so prepared. She got stamps in her wallet. We have wired earphones for monitoring and just for laptoping. And then we got the second body. This is actually a new camera to me. This is the Sony a7 IV. I just wanted a newer Sony camera body that has some of the newer features since we're not getting the updates on the a7S III. And also the fact that we just have more megapixels. So if I have a day where I'm focusing more on photography, even though that's not my thing, but I can get very serious when it comes to family portraits and things with Easter and Christmas, I bring this guy. This is also another new lens. I love it so much. I am such a sucker for wide lenses, and this is the 14 mil. It is f1.8, so it's one of those weird lenses where it's almost fish-eye, but you get a very blurry background, which is kind of crazy. You know, we haven't had a lot of lenses that can do this. So I'm just comfortably holding the camera out. I'm not really stretching. And this is, look how wide, guys, look how wide this is. And if I really hold it out, oh my gosh, I just love this lens so much. I love wide lenses. So again, this is one of the newer Sony lenses. So you have the f-stop ring on the outside. And yeah, I haven't had this camera for super long, maybe 6 months, but I do enjoy it. It is always great to have a second cam if I have someone helping me out, or I could just stick it on a tripod. This is my tripod of choice. It is the carbon fiber Peak Design tripod. Everyone talks about this guy because it's great. I love it. What more can you say about it? I'm telling you, I love this bag. I love that it has this. You can fit a full tripod or a water bottle, but I love this strap. I'm a big fan of the switch pod. It is perfect for vlogging, for self-filming. It is super easy to swing it out and just film yourself. You have some good height. And then it works with this Peak Design plate, so I only bring one plate, and this works with the other tripod as well. Another reason why I love this bag is you can literally carabiner anything you want. There are so many loops. I know there's a name for this. I think they're called like molly loops or something. They're used in military bags. If I really wanted to murder my back, I can also put my Peak Design tripod on the outside here. I have so much stuff, I don't think it's gonna fit. I would need to loosen this top one. You guys get it, right? You get it. Okay, last thing, the pocket in front of the laptop pocket. SD cards. Small rig multi-tool. A MagSafe iPhone wireless charger, which is also great because it's also a stand for watching content on the airplane. And of course, Carmex. We got a moleskin for notes, all of my deepest, darkest secrets and thoughts and just random, you know, ideas for videos and things. Sometimes you just need a physical piece of paper and a pen and a carpenter pencil. No, I'm a pen gal when it comes to note taking. This little hack, someone did this on Twitter and I was like, this is so smart. You always need a Sharpie, but if you roll some gaffer's tape around it, you also always need gaffer's tape. Smart. We got bongo ties and zip ties and Velcro ties. We have an iPhone charger. We have all of my A7S3 and A7 IV chargers in here. Is that it? I think that's it. We have arrived at the end. I mean, honestly, the good news is I'm packed for NAB like 2 days in advance now because we did this video. Okay, well guys, there is a updated what's in my camera bag. I've been doing a lot of running around, so I thought it would be fun to talk gear with you, to update you on my setup. Thank you Logitech so much for sponsoring. Make sure to check out my links in the description below. Your iPad 10th gen or iPad Pro, whatever iPad you have, it needs some Logitech love. Check it out. And well, until next time, stay peachy. Okay, bye.